What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to this Everton preview here on Anfield Agenda. I better cut you all out, didn't I? Look at me, 1 minute early for once. That probably doesn't make up for the hours I probably owe you good folks from making you wait around over the years. But I was early today, so I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for that one because it doesn't happen very often. Look, I am going to do what I normally do during these shows, which is take you through I keep calling it a predicted 11. It's a preferred 11. It's an 11 that I would like to see take the pitch against Everton on Sunday, 4:30 p.m. kickoff at Anfield. Look, I don't need to tell you it's another must-win game, but you know what else it is? It's a must-not pick up any injuries game, and that's what concerns me most, my friends, going into this game, this derby against Everton. Now, if you see Mr. Chris Stonage or Mr. Paddy Murphy out and about at the game, do go up and say hello to them. Both the Anfield Agenda gents will be there on Sunday for the derby, so if you do see them, please do go up and say hello. I think Paddy bumped into Fowler earlier on, which, two legends colliding doesn't happen very often, but we love it. And so yeah, look, I'm gonna take you through my thoughts on the game, look ahead, of course, to Villarreal, a few other bits and pieces as well. Just a reminder as well, I will be back tonight at 8:45 with Mr. Chris Stonage. He doesn't go down, obviously, till Sunday for the game, whereas Paddy travelled over today. So we will be taking you through the latest Mohamed Salah stuff. We'll be taking you through links to other players and a few other bits and pieces as well. But early doors, this is just the preview for the Everton game. So I'll wait for the chat to fill up a little bit, then I'll go back in, go through the 11 and all that stuff as well. I hope you're all well. Big win for Burnley yesterday in the Premier League that put the pressure right back onto Everton. I was going to say Sean Dyche from Burnley, but sure, it's not Sean Dyche anymore, is it? Burnley 1 point away from Everton, although Everton do have a game in hand. But unfortunately for them, that game in hand is against us at the weekend. And I hope it doesn't fare out too well for them. I think it won't fare out too well for them. I'm pretty convinced it won't fare out too well for them. And of course, we had the weigh-ins as well today. Just quickly off topic while I'm just, shooting the breeze for the Fury White fight as well, which is going to be interesting tomorrow evening. I'll be on at 6 o'clock, by the way, tomorrow night, 6 till 7, solo stream. And then I'll be off to watch the boxing and relax for the evening. How are we? Happy Friday to you as well, Callum, and to everybody else that's in the chat. Liz, lovely to see you in as well. Liam, Edna, who else is in? Dane, Mark, Cedric, Will, Lul, everybody else that's in the chat. Sorry, Jen, I can't go through everybody or I'll be here all day, which is a nice thing to complain about. Look, I'm pretty confident going into this game. My only real concerns about it have been that I hope that we don't see any petulance from Everton. Richarlison, I'm looking at you here, fella. I'm looking at you. No dirty tactics. Let it be a good aggressive game, as they always are between these two teams, and let's see what happens. I mean, Everton are fighting for their lives. We're fighting for we're fighting to save football, really, aren't we? Let's be honest about it. From the clutches of Manchester City. Tonight's stream, by the way, will be a rather interesting one because there's been some pretty hot topics today. So no doubt myself and Mr. Stonage will have a lot to say about it. But look, I'm going to swap over now and go through my my preferred 11 and my score predictions ahead of this game. And of course, you guys, as always, love to know your thoughts in the comment section, be it live or later on this evening. Please do let me know what you think. Right, let's swap over anyway. So 1 sec. Right, here we are in the correct stream, or in the correct scene, I should say. Right, so let's start off with the score prediction for this one. We've a good record against Everton under Jurgen Klopp, and bar last season when we had an absolute mare, we've been pretty good in these games, and we haven't really given the Blues much to sing about. I don't think we're going to give them anything to sing about this weekend either, and with that in mind, there you can see my score prediction for this game is a 3-0 win for Liverpool. Is it because I don't rate Everton? Is it because we're in such a good vein of form? It's kind of a bit of both, to be honest with you. I don't want to disrespect any of our opposition, but I think that 3-0 score prediction is a fair reflection of where we see both sides at the minute. But as always, I'll take any win. A win is a win is a win at this moment in time. We kind of have to start keeping an eye on the goal difference to some extent. 1 point between ourselves and City. Liverpool do have an advantage on the goal difference heading into the last 6 games. So, yeah, look, we just got to keep trucking and see what happens. Let's have a look at my 11 anyway, and you guys can tell me what you think. I will explain my decisions, of course, along the way as well. Right, let's start off with the keeper and the centre-backs. No surprises. Well, maybe a surprise. I've gone for Canade here. I believe his physicality will be very important in this game, particularly if Everton do want to make it a little bit tasty. If Richarlison's getting a little bit carried away, no better bugle than Ibrahim Canade to come in there and sort about basically, alongside the imperious as always Virgil van Dijk. Moving into the fullback positions, did I make any changes? No, but I will make a change for the Champions League game. I'm going to give you a heads up on that one. I'd like to see Costas play on the left for that game. Again, like I always say, for me it's horses for courses, specific players for specific occasions. In the derby, I like Robbo. I think he's the right man for this job. Trent on the right hand side, look, no arguments there really. Moving into midfield though, this is where you're probably going to get a surprise, or maybe not. No, Thiago for me. Thiago doesn't get near this game if we can avoid it, in my opinion, and purely because I don't want any shithousing in midfield to break our lovely shiny toy, and I want Thiago to be fit and available for the run-in, for the Champions League game, for the FA Cup final. And look, have him on the bench if we need to bring him on, so be it, but I would go with Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and Naby Keita for this game. People may want to see Curtis Jones. I still think I'd prefer Naby in this one. And look, I'm not saying Thiago would shirk the physical challenge. You watch him in the United game, he's not afraid to leave a bit in himself. He's no shrinking violet, but I just don't want to take any chances, basically. And is it a case that I don't really rate Everton too much? Yeah, it kind of is. I think that we can win this game comfortably without playing Thiago. So that's why I've gone for Fabinho, Hendo and Naby Keita. I think that midfield gets it done. Up top, Luis Diaz on the left, has to happen. Mohamed Salah on the right, has to happen. The only question was who goes to the centre. So Firmino had a foot injury, I believe, that kept him out of the last game. Should be available for this one, all going well. But even with that, I'm still sticking with our man Sadio, because these three forwards right now, they're all in a good vein of form. They were imperious against Manchester United, every single one of them with a goal and an assist. And why not carry that momentum forward into the derby? I was very interested actually to see Mohamed Salah being interviewed after the game against Manchester United with, I think it was Thiago, if my memory is correct. And speaking about Thiago's obviously had a taste of the game against United, and Salah said in no uncertain terms, wait for the weekend, it's going to be different, it's different. And I love that from Mo. He knows what it means to the fans, he knows what it means to the players, to the city of Liverpool as well. So yeah, look, that's my 11. That's the 11 I think make easy work of Everton. And look, if Jota plays through the centre, I'm absolutely sound with that as well. I just think right now, those three lads are the three lads in form, full of confidence. I mean, look, you only have to look at Mane's assist for Mohamed Salah. Salah's touch was phenomenal, by the way, as was his finish, but I'll never understand how Sadio Mane was able to play that reverse ball to him. It was ridiculously good. And Sadio's goal as well was expertly taken. So, to me, that's the 11 that beats Everton, beats them quite comfortably. I'm going to go over to the chat now, see what you guys think, see if your 11's anyway different. One sec, let me just change scenes. Hamza said Hazard's better than Salah. At Eton, 100% he's better than him. At football, not so much. Nah, not so much, Hamza. You don't even believe that, mate. You're just looking for a reaction. Lampard will make Klopp cry tomorrow. Nah, there's only going to be one side crying, mate, and that's the Blues. When they go down to the Championship next season, and the Bramley Apple Pie in the Sky Stadium is a lovely tourist attraction for the Championship level of football that it may well be seen. Right, what have we got? Curtis for Hendo and switch sides for Keita, said Bon McPrebin. Look, Curtis may play in it, but can we honestly say that he deserves to play in it? See, that's a point I'd like to make. You know me, I don't mind seeing Curtis Jones play, but I don't think he deserves to play at the minute. I haven't been blown away by his performances this season, Curtis Jones. I don't think he's pushed on as much as we would have hoped for. So yeah, for me, I wouldn't play him, but that's what this is for, isn't it? So we all just exchange opinions. Wouldn't mind Milner playing. He loves the scrap. Well, first and foremost, we got to win the game. So if Jimmy Milner plays, grand. No problem with that. Jimmy Milner's a solid pro, but yeah, I'd like to see us get the job done quickly, early, and get the lads out rested. Where's the career mode? I don't know how many times I have to repeat the same thing. I absolutely despise playing FIFA. I hate it. I hate it so much. It literally hurts my soul when I think about playing it. And I will get around to finishing it at some point, like I've said over and over again, my man. You don't want to see me unhappy, surely. And when I play that game, I'm unhappy, and it kicks into the rest of my day, the rest of my life, the rest of my family life. I just don't want to do it at the minute, in all honesty, because life's good. I'm enjoying life. I'm smiling. The Reds are playing well. Family life is good. And I want to keep it that way. So let's go with that for the time being, if that's all right. Thoughts on Derby County? Don't really have any thoughts on Derby, Jay. Well, look, as a football fan, I don't like to see a great club of Derby's ilk go down to League One, and I hope they come back up, but I don't really have any more thoughts on them after that, my man. Canade header incoming, boom. Look, yeah, how great is it, by the way, from set pieces now that we have a real goal threat from our centre-backs. I mean, we knew Van Dijk loved a header. Joel Matip, not too shabby from set pieces either, but Ibu, particularly against Benfica, has shown that he makes it look like men against boys in there at times. The lad is just a physical specimen, and if he can add more goals from set pieces, or more goals from corners to his repertoire, as well as obviously developing as a centre back, I love it. Boom. I could see Harvey playing to Chicken Boy. Really? I mean, that would be a shock to all of us at this point, I think, mate. I'm not sure what's going on with Harvey at the minute, and I posed this question to you guys last night as well. It's been a bit of a surprise for me. I thought we would really see him push on second half of the season when he came back from his injury. And I don't know what the story is. I really don't know, but he hasn't been in and around the matchday squad for a while now. Craig, totally agree with Kada in for Thiago, said J-Dog. Thank you, mate. Yeah, look, if we're picking a best 11, Thiago's in it. No doubt about it. But I don't want to take a chance. Call me a pussy. Maybe I'm not giving Thiago enough credit here, but I am fed up of our toys getting broken by players that are just angry that they're playing against better footballers and take it out on them by kicking the shit out of them. And I don't want that to happen to our boys. Connor said, Elliot seems to be a bit frozen out lately. A few bits around his personal life the last few months. Wonder, has that impacted it? Could be. And look, I like that we don't know. I think it's good that we don't know why Klopp's pulled him out. I think it should be kept in-house. And I fully agree with the way it's been handled. But it still kind of wonder, don't you? As a fan, you wonder what's going on. Save Thiago and Diaz for Villarreal. Well, Mohamed Salah is still chasing the golden boot, which shouldn't really factor into Klopp thinking, in fairness. But I don't know, just the fact that he's got a couple of goals against United, looks like he's full of confidence at the minute. Mo, look, that front three for me just look like they're in a really good place right now, and just let them at it, is what I say. Just let the lads at it. But again, we do have Jota, great player. Firmino, great player. So the options are there for the gaffer to rotate. And I suppose he should probably take any chance he gets to rotate between now and the end of the season, because let's be honest, there's no gimmies coming up. We've got two semi-final first and second legs coming up, an FA Cup final, some difficult league games. So yeah, look, if we get through this game, yeah, I think if we get through this game, I'm feeling even more confident. I looked at the United and Everton games, and whilst you think we're going to beat them, the back of your mind, you're thinking, yeah, should beat United, should beat Everton, both at Anfield. You don't want to take them for granted. But we disposed of United so easily, the lads didn't even have to get out of second gear. If we can get through this game, picking up the 3 points as well, maybe adding a couple of goals to the goal difference, I think the pressure's on Manchester City, and they have some tricky enough games coming up. I was looking at next weekend's fixtures. So we're on a 12:30 next Saturday against Newcastle. They play away against Leeds at 5:30, and I don't know about you, but I'll be tuning in for that game. I think that could be a little bit sticky maybe for Pep Guardiola's men. I heard some rumours that Liverpool put in a bid for Mbappe. You didn't hear any rumours. You read one Twitter post from somebody like, I think it was the Anfield Talk, I think, did a tweet where they summarised an interview, I think, from, is it 442 magazine? No, that was the Salah one. Get French Football News, I think it was, where they spoke about the situation with Mbappe. And look, we'll cover that tonight, as I said at the start of the video, my man. Myself and Chris tonight will go through the Mbappe stuff, we'll go through the Salah stuff. But let's stop with the I heard stuff. Even I don't try and pawn that off. Like, you know what I mean? Let's just be honest and say we read something, because that's what happened. Mark said it was a fake Anfield talk. Connor, can you look into that for us? See if it was a fake account of the real one. I'm not on Twitter, so I don't know. Craig, do you know what happened to Wax? Haven't seen him. I don't. Now, one of our community on here, Ella works at Dublin Airport, and Ella said that she bumped into Little Mix who were going through the airport. I do believe they had a gig in Dublin. And I don't want to paraphrase what Ella said, but I think it was something along the lines of Perry Edwards said most likely he will move somewhere. Again, if Ella's in the chat, maybe Ella can give us more info on what was said there. But yeah, I don't know. But I think, look, it makes sense if he moves on. Oh, no, you mean the real one posted about it and so did a fake one. Yeah. Sorry. Connor just messaged me there as well with the stuff. Look, we'll go through it all tonight. I promise you. Myself and Chris tonight, we'll go through it all in the 8:45 show. Sorry, Connor's just, Grant. Sorry, Connor was just confirming exactly what Mark said there in the chat as well. Match day agenda. That's kind of where we're thinking, D-Mac. Now, I was saying to Connor earlier on, so people might wonder what this is about, by the way. Yesterday I said to everyone that we're looking for a way to split up our Twitch account so that, we've got Anfield Agenda, which will be the channel name, and Anfield Agenda for the Liverpool games, but for next season we want something that differentiates as well. So we were thinking match day agenda for the non-Liverpool game. But it's all right. I've sorted it out, everybody. I figured it out earlier on. We're going to call it the right wing agenda because that's my favourite position on the football pitch for us to, attack with the right wing. And what could possibly go wrong with us naming it the right wing agenda? I can't see any reason for that to cause any issues, can you? There you go. We'll just call it the right wing agenda. Problem solved. Oh, wait. Yeah, imagine. I said it to my missus. Imagine calling it that. The channel will be gone in an hour, like. Oh, God, yeah. The right wing agenda. Oh, my God. We'll be gone. Closed down, and rightly so, in an hour. Thoughts on City Watford? I don't really. Honestly, I don't think too much about City's games at this moment in time. I have a couple of games in my head that I hope they come unstuck in. One of them is the Leeds game, and the other one is the Wolves game. But yeah, done and dusted. Absolutely, Austin. Done. Sorted. What could go wrong? Right wingers politics. Somebody want to explain to him that was the joke. That was the joke, mate. I don't get it. Oh, okay, sorry. Let me explain. So in politics, most of the politics in Europe, particularly, democratic countries, would be left-wing. So, socialist kind of, fairly normal politics, whereas the more hardline stuff, stuff that tends to cause debate and argument or divisive opinions would be right-wing stuff. And that's the joke, basically. Now, look, I'm not really into politics either, by the way. The political agenda tonight, God, imagine. Yeah, imagine tuning in to myself and Chris. We're here talking about world problems. Lucio, thank you very much. Or is it Lucasio? Lucasio, maybe. Sorry, or Lucasio? I'm not sure I pronounced that. Are you and Paddy planning any more joint watch-alongs? Yes, we are, Hannah. We'll be doing the FA Cup final. Paddy will be coming down to my house for that one, as will Connor. And I think we may do the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. I just want to see what way the first leg goes. And next season, Hannah, we're considering making that a more regular thing, whereas myself and Paddy do watch-alongs together. Look, I'll be really honest with you guys, as I always am. The hardest thing to do when you have a channel like ours, or pick a channel, any channel, whether it be the United Stand or whatever, the hardest thing to do is bring through a co-host and keep them happy. Because ultimately, anybody that comes in as a co-host, or anyone that comes in as a number two, or anyone that comes in to join the team, are usually ambitious people. So it's a difficult task to hone somebody's craft and fulfill their ambitions financially and, of course, with regard to content. It's difficult to get it right. It's a really difficult balance because ultimately I'm the face of the channel because that's where the channel started. I've no problem having a second number one host around on the channel. That's always been a dream of mine, that I can step away and do some bits, but it's about getting it right. And I want to make sure that we get it right, so that if we do it properly, we can fulfill and we can help Paddy with his career, we can help him financially, and we can do it the right way that doesn't stifle his development, because it's really, really difficult. Like, look around at any other channels and people that have come through as hosts, they eventually fuck off and do their own thing because they're usually quite ambitious people, and it's a really tricky balancing act, and it's something that I've been looking at and trying to get right for a while now. But yeah, look, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I really am, because I very much enjoyed having Paddy down for the watch along. It was great fun. Hopefully Stevie plays 10-0 on the final day and do us a favour. Yeah, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? I think we all have this romantic image of maybe Coutinho banging a goal from 25 yards and us winning the title with the last kick of the ball. God, that'd be amazing. Oh, that'd be amazing. I'm going to swap back scenes for a sec, just so people who are coming in a bit late can see the predicted team and the score prediction. So there you go. Boom. That's it there. Craig, did you see James Redmond is back? Don't care. It's irrelevant to me, chicken boy. He can do whatever he likes, mate. Yeah, I don't care what he does, to be honest with you. It's not my concern. Paddy should do a matchday vlog when he goes to games. I don't like putting the lads under pressure to do any content when they go to games. I like them to enjoy themselves. It's difficult enough to get over to games. I don't like putting the pressure on the lads to make any content when they're over there. I'd rather they just enjoy themselves, because, we know how expensive it is to get to games these days and have a little bit of fun. So, yeah, just leave them at it. Leeds away for City could be tricky with it being sandwiched in between the Madrid games. Yes, it could be, Stephen. And I don't want to commit to it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll be doing a watch along of that game next Saturday. So we're on a 12:30, 2:30. I should be finished all my content by 3:30. Should be able to get on for 5 o'clock then to do a watch along of that. Right, so look, this is my team for Everton. Again, if you're coming in late, let me know what you think about it. So Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Robbo at left back, Konate and Van Dijk are my choice of centre backs. I would rest Thiago for this game because I don't want Everton breaking him. So I go for Fabinho, Keita and Henderson with Diaz, Mane and Salah up top. But again, Jota plays grand, Firmino plays grand. This is just my my attempt to throw them together in 11. I also think I'd like to see Costas play in the first leg against Villarreal at Anfield. My reason for that is I think they might be a bit more difficult to break down at Anfield, because I think they're going to try and keep it compact, and I think Costas' delivery may be the difference maker. So that's, spoiler alert, that's what I'm going to do for that one. No watch along in City Watford. Nope. I'm doing one show tomorrow, 6 o'clock till 7 o'clock, and then I'm watching the boxing. And I haven't had a day off in about 3 weeks, so I'm just gonna chill. I think Jota for Mana, then they target Sadio, Sedona, Origi. A lot of people thinking Jota may start this one. Sound? Absolutely. Look, I've no bother if Jota starts whatsoever. Any of them. We've got 5 forwards that I trust implicitly, so whoever starts, I'm good with it. Liverpool are goated, aren't they? Of course they're goated. Absolutely. This, again, I'm still not thinking too far ahead this season. I'm taking it game by game, which I think is the first time I've ever been able to do this as a fan. Not look too far ahead, not think quads, not think league titles, Champions Leagues. I'm just trying to enjoy this trip. And it is a trip. Any bet for the boxing prediction? I don't know, Owen. I'm still humming and hawing about the boxing. If I will put a bet on or not. If I put a bet on, the only bet worth its salt is White to stop him. The rest, it's just not really good value. The only value bet there would be White to stop him. It is, Liz. Yeah, Liz said it's so awesome to have great choices for the starting lineups. It is. Then look, we could God, we could nearly replace this entire team and still have an excellent team that could probably beat Everton. In fact, let's have a bit of fun and have a go with it. So Quivine in goal. Joe Gomez. No, we play Joe at right back. No, we'll play. I'm trying to get figured. We could play Milner at right back. We could have Kelleher in goal. We could play Gomez and Matip as the centre backs. Costas at left back. Well, on this team, we could put Thiago in the 6. We could have Curtis Jones, and we could have Oxlade-Chamberlain. Then we could have Firmino. We could have Jota, and we could have Origi. Yeah, we could have a second 11 that I would be confident would still be Everton on Sunday, which is brilliant, isn't it? God, that's actually class. I genuinely could say with confidence that our second 11 will be Everton. I love that. Do I think we could still win the title? Yes, of course. I'm not saying we will win the title, but you can't be 1 point behind with 6 games to go and not think you're in with a chance to win it. I mean, the kids beat them long ago. True. Shawnee, true. Oh God, that night though, man, that was amazing. Like literally, the kids went and beat them. That was perfect, wasn't it? Minamino over Origi. Yeah, actually, Minamino hasn't been in a few matchday squads recently either, which is intriguing. I wonder what Minamino's future is. Do you think Minamino gets moved on in the summer, or do you think that he will still have a chance to make his way through at Liverpool? Because if he hasn't got much of a chance, I think probably fairest to move him on for everybody. But I genuinely don't know. I haven't really given it much thought. It is such a special time to be a Liverpool fan, Liz. It is. It's brilliant. It's another thing, Liz, I love about this part of the season is that we get 2 games a week. Now, look, from the coaches and the players, they'll be exhausted and they won't be loving it too much. But I love playing 2 games a week at this end of the season. Like, you know, play midweek, weekend, midweek, weekend. I love it because it means you've only got a few days between Liverpool games. What else we got? It's emotional. Oh God, yeah. It is very emotional, this journey, isn't it? And you know, it makes it a little bit better that United are absolutely floundering and capitulating and talking about rebuilds. I mean, rebuilds. They've spent over £1 billion since Solskjaer came in there as manager, and they're talking about a fucking £200 million rebuild with up to 12 players moving out from Old Trafford over the summer. I mean, who do they think are going to take these players? Like, Pogba will find somewhere because he'll be on a free contract, but nobody's going to give them a serious amount of money for Maguire. Rashford, I don't know what his contract situation is, but they're not going to get what they would have maybe 18 months ago for Rashford because he's nowhere near as good a player. Lingard will find somebody in the Premier League silly enough to take him on. They've got a huge problem. Jack said, God, I hope Arsenal smash them tomorrow. Arsenal played really well against Chelsea at the Bridge, didn't they? So, yeah, let's wait and see. I don't know how there's still a top 4 race, by the way. It should have been sewn up a long time ago at this by somebody. Yeah, it's very, very close now. That North London derby is going to be tasty. What will you do if we win the quad? I don't know. Do you know what? And I won't lie to you. Part of me has thought, if Liverpool won the quad, just quit. Because it isn't going to get any better. A part of my brain, and that's the way my brain's wired, said, if Liverpool win the quad, quit. Just let somebody else do the channel, because what's the point? Like, it's not going to get any better. It isn't physically, like, it's not possible to get any better. But I don't think I would, to be fair. But, yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Other than that, I haven't really thought about how to celebrate it or what to do, because I want to just wait for it to unfold. What happened between you and James? I fired him. That's what happened. And I don't want to go into it, you're right. I don't want to go into it because I don't like talking bad of people when they're not sitting here in front of me. So let's just say that I canned him and leave it at that. You won't see him back on the channel again. I'd actually take Odegaard at Liverpool, would you? He's a good footballer, Martin Odegaard, no denying it, but he's found a spot at Arsenal, and I think he'll do well there. We could win 5 next season, including the Club World Cup. Yes, true. But I've seen us do that as well, mate. So, I've seen us win the Club World Cup for the first time. Seen us lift the European Cup. Seen us win the Premier League. So if we did a quad this season, I'd stay on just to taunt everybody. Because I'd be like, welcome to the quad agenda. That would be it. That's all I do is just mention quads, 9-0 on aggregates and how much we battered them. Why am I in this wrong scene here with my head chopped off? Let's go back to the other scene. Why is my head suddenly chopped off? My phone's falling, that's why. Yeah, sorry, my phone was falling forward. I didn't realise the top of my head was falling off there. Let me just drop this down a smidgen. There we go. Could we still sign Doku? Don't know. Haven't heard anything about Jeremy Doku in a while. In all honesty, I haven't really heard anything about transfers in a while. I'm still trying to find out what the latest is about Mo, of course, like everybody else. But yeah, I don't know is the honest answer. The plans for the Naked Suburio get the backing from Twitch. Yeah, nobody wants to see me playing Naked Suburio, mate. Can you imagine? You wouldn't be able to see the pitch. It'd be just a shadow. What phone do I have? What's it called again? The iPhone 12 Pro Max. With a smashed back, thanks to Ryan there. Will Steve be on a regular again if he's still busy? Steve was on a couple of times, actually. Recently, he helped fill in for Chris when Chris was away. And yes, Steve will be back on sporadically when he has time. As I said, he works full-time in PR with Sale Sharks. He's getting married, so he's got a lot on his plate. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to the Twitch move, Jamie. I've got loads of plans of stuff I want to do when we switch over to Twitch. Yeah, and I think you'll get to see more of everybody than ever then. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. What about Jack? I think the plan... I'm still speaking with Jack. I speak with Jack regularly. Yeah, look, there's a couple of sides to all of this. Like, one, again, to get Jack back involved, brilliant. Would love to have Jack back involved, but you don't want to either bring anybody on board unless you can absolutely know in your heart of hearts that you can afford to pay all the wages for an entire season. So I don't know what way our sponsors will work when we move to Twitch. We'll probably lose them. So we just have to run the numbers and see what way we're fixed with that regard, because we pay the lads well for their time because they're good content creators and they deserve to be paid well. So you just want to make sure we can... I don't want to bring somebody in and then just say, sorry, can't afford it. You know what I mean? Just be odd. Is the Twitch move permanent? Like no more YouTube? Is it permanent? It's for a year. I can say that to you. No more YouTube. No, we will definitely be making lots of YouTube content. We'll be making YouTube specific content. We just can't do it live. So all of our live stuff will be over on Twitch, but we will be doing highlights videos, unpopular opinions, news videos, all that kind of stuff. So YouTube will, probably getting 3 videos a day on YouTube in all honesty. Thank you, Jen. Very kind of you. Here's one for you, Craig. Choose. We win the quad, but Klopp doesn't sign the new deal. Or Klopp signs a new deal, but we only win 2 more trophies during that time. The quad with Klopp not signing a new deal. Because if you're saying we only win 2 more trophies during the time he signs on for another 5 years, I feel like that wouldn't end well for Klopp. And I want it to end well for Klopp. So in your scenario, I would rather win the quad and Klopp leaves in 2 years than have him only win 2 more trophies in 5 years and his legacy to be a little bit tarnished. So I take the quad. Jay Kismet, I feel like it's been a while, mate. How are you? I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen you in. I hope you're well. Lovely to see you. It was a good question, wasn't it? But it was a good question, but I think I'm happy with my answer on it. How will Man United fans cope if Liverpool win the quad? I can tell you how they'll cope. They'll start talking about the treble in '99. That's exactly what they'll do. If I had to sign one player, who would it be? Anybody at this point, yeah, so I can have anybody. My one signing that if I could have anybody would be Mbappe. My one signing that's potentially realistic would be Bellingham. All good, long time, and big hello from Berlin. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying life. Jake Ismith. Look, folks, this was always going to be a quick one, so I'm going to leg it. I will see you guys at 8:45 tonight, hopefully. Myself and Chris will be talking to Mohamed Salah contract situation. We'll be talking about those links to Mbappe as well, and a few other bits and pieces in between. So, look, I hope to see you tonight at 8:45. If I don't, have yourselves a cracking weekend. Appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you, hopefully, tonight.